Hi everyone, this is my reflection number 2. I'll be going through how this course has shifted my ideas of evidence-based practice, and then what I took from this unit and its assessments, and then finally what the implications are for my future endeavours. And that's just little old me reading a book on evidence. So how my ideas have shifted on evidence and evidence-based practice in the field of sustainability. I think from this unit, what I took out most was the really frightening absence of linkages between science and policy development and implementation. For my white paper, I looked at the industrial waste management policy, specifically the protecting the ozone layer aspect of it, and I think it was really scary realizing that this policy actually was developed on little to no research or evidence. And then I think it really awakened me to the fact that there is a gap between the way that we communicate evidence and our policies to larger populations. I think as policymakers and as scientists and as experts, we don't really relay this information to the people that it affects the most, which is really frightening. But ultimately, I think I'm hopeful for what this means for us as future activists and decision makers in this field. As a reflection on the tools and the approach of this unit, I found it so insightful being able to actually implement and use the tools in real life scenarios and real life policies. The systematic review specifically, I found really insightful. I think looking at a research method that didn't actually require primary research was really interesting, as with a lot of undergraduate and postgraduate study does look at primary research. But I was left after Part B, thinking about all the questions that it arose, which I feel like that's what good research does. It gets you asking more questions, and I was left thinking with what are the gaps in the current body of research? Why are these gaps there? How can we overcome them? And I think I was awakened to the complexities of sustainable development in Australia, and in relevance to this policy specifically. And then lastly, what does this mean for my future and evidence-based practice? I come from an international development background, and my master's is in international development practice. And for me, I found this tool really useful at bridging kind of sustainable development and international development in the way that we can translate things to communities, people, governments. And I think for me, the biggest thing was through research and clear methodology, we'll paint a clearer picture for not just decision makers, but also the communities and individuals that are involved.